Over the last couple of weeks, we all know that there has been a significant amount of push for Tory Lanez to get an appeal, for the governor to review all of the evidence that he's saying that was suppressed or not considered in the trial of him in the shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. Tory Lanez's team has been putting together a package of evidence, seems like it's new and old, and they're saying, hey, look, the evidence speaks for itself. The coincidences aren't coincidences. Something happened as to where he got railroaded and he got the blame, but the evidence was ignored that he clearly and blatantly didn't do this. Well, it looks like we got the package because Tory Lanez's team dropped it on the internet like a mic drop and said, is this what y'all want? Is this what y'all want? Are you not entertained? Okay, so the first package that we're going to demonstrate, Exhibit A, is 3 different body cam videos of the cops. One where a cop notices that she cuts herself, backing herself to them after they got her at gunpoint. And you hear an officer say, oh, she cut herself. Then there's more footage of a glass bottle of alcohol on the ground next to bloody foot stains. And they're looking at that. And then the other one as well, they've already found the gun and they're already saying, hey, no, she cut herself. This is a cut.
Hold your hands up. Okay, come out, people guys here with their hands up, hands up. All right, come back.
It's right down short. Mark.
Yeah.
It's right down short. Mark.
Yeah.
Evidence of any shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in the vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told.
And then there's some cash over. Looks like.
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then, do we know how she got cut?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself.
Okay.
Getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So her friend didn't cut her.
Move back in time, my boys.
Move back.
Back.
Oh, she cut herself.
Keep going.
Now, according to Tory's team, this is significant because you had multiple police, which means you had 8 to 10 eyes witnessing this woman step on glass. They noticed that she stepped on glass the minute she started backing up towards them and that glass bottle had fell out of the car. That's what Tory's team is trying to indicate to us. Now, the next slide they would show would be Megan's reaction to being handcuffed, sitting on the curb. And she's ever so calmly having a conversation with the police asking, hey, am I going to jail? Now, I do think that a concern for going to jail is a fair assessment. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think that's what Tory Lanez's team is trying to say that she's wrong for. You see, the actual red flag is when Megan was handcuffed to the curb, bleeding on her foot. The police recognize it as a cut. And she's saying, hey, are we going to jail? Because I can't go to jail because this would hurt my public image. Now, you were just assaulted by somebody. Somebody just physically shot you, allegedly. And your only concern is your public image?
Ma'am, do you think we're gonna go to jail?
What's that?
Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think...
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay. So how did that happen to you?
Glass.
Glass? Where?
Where we were coming from.
Hey, can we get a sheet for her?
But I'm not from here, so I...
Okay.
That's the only place you got shot at? That's the only place you got shot?
I didn't get shot.
Oh, you did it?
No, ma'am. I mean, no, sir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. She doesn't have the urgency, the care, the antennas of somebody who was just shot. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that looks suspicious if you ask me. 26 bones in the human foot. None broken, chipped, nothing. No significant damage for a gunshot. She's sitting down, just talking, worrying about her image. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't see it. So far we got multiple eyes that witnessed her step on glass. She said she stepped on glass. The hospital allegedly lost the bullet fragments. What's really going on here? Next, Tory's team will put up a body cam footage video of the officers trying to determine, is Megan Thee Stallion going to be arrested? Is she in custody, or is she just a gunshot victim that needs to go to the hospital? And the sergeant blatantly says she's not a victim of a gunshot, but we're going to keep her in custody just for right now.
Sarge, is this one in custody or is she not? She's in custody.
For right now, she's in custody.
Okay.
Because she's not a victim of a shooting, but she's in a car that did a shooting, right? So, yeah.
Megan would go to the hospital and the police would interview her, and she would tell something significant to the officer that hasn't been spoken of until we saw this today. Now, we know that she's saying that she stepped on glass on one foot, but she tells the officer that previously, a couple of days before that, she also stepped on glass on the other foot. So I don't know if she's really just making this stuff up because she's trying to quote unquote protect the black man, or if she's telling the truth about, hey, I'm just a clumsy Bigfoot motherfucker that just steps on glass all the time. That's what I'm hearing.
And so what happened with you were just one ball stepping on glass. I have another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day. So you were already hurt when you got to the room. And then at that point, just your friends were running down to the hospital.
Because remember, Megan told us that she got shot in both of her feet. Then we saw her bandaged with just one foot. So the question that I'm asking, and that everybody's asking, one, did you really get shot? Was it just glass? That's what I think everybody, including Tory, is a little bit confused about, because the evidence doesn't show that she was shot. We don't have the bullet fragments. And then on top of that, she's saying I stepped on glass twice within a couple of days. So I'm not sure what's really going on here, but this, in all conjunction, everything piled up, this is looking pretty weird, and it needs to be questioned and looked into. Now, Megan's team is also being accused of altering text messages that were allegedly sent by Kelsey Harris to Justin Edison, which would be the bodyguard. The version shared with the public included the added phrase "and handled me," a line that does not appear in the original messages submitted into evidence by the prosecution. I'm assuming the significance of that would just be to paint the picture that Kelsey was also a victim in this situation, rather than somebody who was letting the blicky go off. And she's trying to say, hey, Tory did this. Tory hurt her as well. He was just a demon that night. That's what I'm picking up. But Kelsey, to me, is somebody that you can't trust, because she was given immunity for a situation where she was saying that she was being handled. What's that about? To me, the most important evidence is right here. Sean Kelly, the eyewitness of the whole altercation, including the shooting, they show his original statement that he told to the police. On the first slide, he indicates that he saw Megan and Kelsey fighting very, very aggressively. They were loud, they were screaming and kicking each other. And that's important because during the testimony, Megan always has claimed that she was not fighting. She said that she was arguing. She said some slick shit to Tory, and Tory just got out and shot her when she walked away. This right here was the most damaging piece of evidence towards Megan's testimony.
The doors of the Escalade open, and the girl come out and pull open the passenger door and started screaming and yelling at somebody in the car.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger. So the girl comes out of the rear passenger and she goes to the front passenger
Yes.
and she opens up the car door.
Yes.
And then what happens?
They start they're screaming and shouting at each other and they start fighting.
The two girls.
Yeah, I can see one like feet coming out trying to kick her and the other one's fighting, and then the passenger gets out.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger?
Can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't want
and it's loud with the cars.
And I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. Girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of viciously. That's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming. She starts hitting the girl. The girl then has to side. Her feet come out. She starts to kick the girl away. Passenger. They get out. They start fighting. Here, they start fighting. The driver comes round and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent, and between them, the girl then climbs back into the front driver passenger seat.
Where's the shorter black guy?
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car? Okay.
Then Sean goes into detail and describes the actual shooting and who perceived to be the gunman from his observation.
Then the gun, then the girl shoots into the car. So the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you? I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark and I'm above, so, but then the guy gets out again from the back.
This was the original eyewitness statement from Sean Kelly. But when he came to court to testify as Tory's witness, may I say, it seems like they said that the DA got to him first. They took him upstairs and then all of a sudden he flipped and became their witness. And his story totally changed, which basically broke the case in half for Tory Lanez. Now, when I look at this, it goes to show that the hospital failed Tory, LAPD failed Tory, detectives failed Tory, because how can you get a testimony from somebody saying, hey, a statement from somebody saying, hey, I saw this woman shoot this person, I saw these women fighting, but yet Tory Lanez was only the one that was tested for gunshot residue. It came back inconclusive that he had fingerprints on the gun, but there were 2 more tests taken that they suppressed. They said that he actually was 99.9 not the shooter, not the person who had his fingerprints on the gun, but there were 4 other DNA samples that were on that gun. I'm not gonna say what I think happened. I don't know what happened, but what I will say, to me, this should have been grounds for me to say, hey, you know what? There's a lot still in doubt here. I can't convict this man because I'm not sure if he 100% did this. I felt like the jury failed him. It just seemed like this was more so a circus and people had tunnel vision, the DA, of who they wanted to get arrested. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. Does it still seem like Tory shot this woman? Do y'all think that this was a situation where Tory Lanez was railroaded? Let me know down below. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and we out, baby. Boom.
BOMBSHELL LaFlare.
It's him.